it's my turn to go because Dave and I are having an online conversation for things that I think are going to be helpful for any business owner. So I am not a business coach. I am not, but I have a business. I've made some mistakes. I've done some good things too. And I think we all can teach people based off of our experience. I think we all have important things to say. You just have to say them. So Dave and I are having this back and forth conversation to start this little project because we say some really good things. I think we say some really good things, but they just stick between us, between two ferns. And I feel like more people would benefit from hearing some of our conversations. And I know for me personally, I stick to a certain topic on my other channels and I'm ready to talk about more. But how do I make that segue from talking about protein and lifting weights to something that's a little bit bigger, still as important to a different audience for the most part, but something that I'm really passionate about and I feel that would benefit you. So what Dave alluded to is, we're both in the spot, or you might be in the spot too, of wondering what's next. What is next? And you're looking around at the marketplace and you're not really sure, and it's kind of weird. What do you do next? And we're also having to compete not just with our peers, but like the big guys. He called it the majors. And I feel that immensely. And the question that I am pondering right now is how can you, not how, can you scale a business sustainably? What does growth look like? And I just don't know. And I just don't know. But I will say this, I don't think scaling should be the goal for most people. And I was recently listening to this conversation and they're talking about the difference between scaling and growth. And maybe I did it wrong. Maybe I did it wrong. But as a pretty much solopreneur, I don't see how one can do it in a way that doesn't take up their entire lives. And that's the question that I posed to Dave. And he responded to me in our text, oh, with some bullshit. He's always full of such shit. But I would love to know, like, your take on, do you think you can scale sustainably? Because when you scale, then oftentimes that means you have to hire. So then you're not just managing clients, you're also managing a team. Well, now you're splitting your time between clients and team, unless your team takes all the way over, but the people are coming for you. So what is a person to do? So I'm going to throw it back in Dave's court. Like, can you scale sustainably? Should that even be a goal for all of us? And a long time ago, I wrote a post or I wrote a blog about, and Dave helped me with it. Just because you can doesn't mean that you should. My whole platform is like doing things that are sustainable. And if it's not sustainable, then why are we going to do it? And I understand sometimes in the short term, we're going to have to work harder and longer. But if you don't see an end in sight, then what's the person to do? So throwing it back to you, Dave, can you sustainably scale? And I think the answer goes back to something that we've talked about in the past. Well, what's enough for you? When will you know that it's enough? And that's a question that we can only answer for ourselves.